FlossTube.
Hi, FlossTube.
I'm Pam.
And I'm Stephanie.
And this is Just Keep Stitching, episode 87.
40 plus 40 plus 3 plus 4 is 87.
There you go.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome back. Sorry we were late. We are late.
We're late.
So this is going to be kind of a off-script blowout episode of our FlossTube channel because we have a lot to tell you about Nashville Needlework Market 2019, which was in a lot of ways kind of a watershed event for Stephanie and her employment at Keepsakes. Mm-hmm. And we're going to tell you everything that we experienced the whole time she experienced. Then simultaneously, I was at a retreat just down the street from Market, and we're going to tell you about that. Yes. So thanks for being patient.
Yes, thank you so much.
I can vouch as her mother that she was like the Walking Dead.
I was real tired.
Yeah, and not only from the trip and everything, the excitement and the traveling, but also she had to work both Monday and Tuesday, yesterday and the day before. Yeah. Getting the shop ready to show off all the good stuff.
Right.
So we just said, let's shoot for Wednesday. It is now about 5:30 p.m. here on Wednesday. So some of you will have to catch up with us. But we're back. We made it through all kinds of crazy weather.
Taking all the naps I need to
take. All the naps, resting up.
Yes.
And we're ready to tell you about our experiences in Nashville, both mostly Market and then, like I said, my sort of separate trip.
Right, yes. So, from a business standpoint, so for those of you that have watched our channel for a while, and who know what my job duties are with Keepsakes, then this is old news to you, but if you're new here, I am responsible for order fulfilling within the shop. So, like, I'm the one that orders all the merchandise that we bring into the shop, and then if you want a special order, like, hey, do you have this, or can you get this for me, I am the person that handles that. Between myself and my coworker Lenny, she's kind of my sidekick, and she's really good at taking orders from me, and so it all works well. So from a Market standpoint, if you sent in, called, emailed, whatever your order, first and foremost, thank you so much for your patience, and second of all, I was able to, before I came home last night, I stayed late. Lenny and I both stayed late at the shop last night to make sure that every single person that placed an order that was not local was either called or emailed to let you know that your stuff was there. Everything has all been bagged and tagged and all the things, but I wanted to let you know that it was there and that we were ready to take your payment. And so if you placed a special order and you did not get a phone call or email, which you should have, call the shop and inquire about that. Everything has all been filed and organized. So, yeah. So I will tell you that it's... how do I want to put this? So it's kind of like a really fine line to walk, because not only do we go to Market to buy new things for the shop, but we also buy things for you that you've special ordered through us. And so between Barbara and I, we have to come up with the number as to how many copies of chart XYZ that we want to purchase. In the grand scheme of things, I think I think we do a lot of business, but I don't think that we are up there with some of the larger needlework shops. Like, we don't have an online shop, right? So that portion of it, we don't have to factor in that kind of stuff. So there were some cases where we went to someone's room and a particular chart that we wanted, they were all sold out, because there were other shops that went there who bought 30 or 40 copies of a chart and they're gone, right? So, but the great thing that the designers do is that if they're out of something, they still take your order, we still pay for it, and then they just ship it to us when they get home. And so if you have placed an order with Keepsakes and one or whatever the charts you ordered is not there, it's on its way. So it saves me a step from having to like remember what I have to order when I get home, and it's already taken care of. So, so that's good. So I just wanted to talk about orders and things like that. If you have any sort of inquiry about any ordering from Keepsakes, the best way to do so is not to send me a personal message. It is not to contact me on my personal Instagram or Facebook page. The ordering email for the shop is in the description box of each and every single one of our videos. And that is the best way to do it. Because when I'm sitting at home on a Monday night at 8 o'clock watching The Bachelor and somebody sends me a message asking me if they can get a chart, I don't want to forget about that. So if you send the work email, then I'm going to get it when I'm at work. So that makes sense, right?
Right. Right.
So, yeah. So that is what that is.
Okay. I left for our retreat with our friend Sharon.
Are we talking about that first?
Yes.
Okay.
On Thursday, and Stephanie and Barbara left Cincinnati on Friday. And before I left town, I made sure that I looked through the Etsy shop for Twin Peak primitives, and found a design that I thought would appeal to a lot of people. And the deal with that is that you can get a PDF download off of their website or their Etsy shop, and you get 15% off of the PDF. If you would prefer to get a hard copy, then you need to get in touch with Beach Cottage Stitchers at their website, get a hard copy, and you will also get a 15% discount. Mm-hmm. That discount, unfortunately, is going to end before our next video, which will be Sunday. Mm-hmm. So it's a curtailed discount. I know that Beach Cottage has posted it already. Mm-hmm. I think they will honor the 15%. Actually, I think the twins will too.
Yeah.
Even though we're late on our video.
Absolutely.
But the discount runs from video to video typically. Mm-hmm. And so since our next video will be back on schedule on Sunday, the discount on this week's chart ends prior to that, essentially Saturday.
Right.
We want to show you a picture of our very spring/summerish chart mm-hmm. for this week. And it is called Dawn at the Barn. Mm-hmm. And you can get it at all of those sources, and all the links are below. Mm-hmm. And we'll insert a picture of it here. So that's Dawn at the Barn. Again, from Twin Peak Primitives, our lovely friends at in the Netherlands.
Yes.
Okay. So let's get sort of into my retreat.
Yeah, down to business.
Which may or may not interest you, but a little bit of backstory. Katrina Lynn Boyd on Facebook has been running retreats for several years now in different locations. And she has, for the last few years, held a retreat near Nashville Needlework Market. And so our friend Sharon and I decided that it would be kind of fun to participate in the retreat, to see how it works. Mm-hmm. And so we signed up. And we'll put a link to Katrina's retreats in the description box below.
She has a website where she lists all of the things.
Exactly.
She does.
Many of you know her, but just in case.
Right.
And so we signed up. And as it got closer to time for us to leave, we decided we would take an extra day and go down and do a few things that weren't Stitchy related. And we're so glad we did. Now, you know me. I love history, American history, Civil War history.
All the history.
So, I thought, wouldn't it be cool if we went out to the plantation that is featured in the novel, The Widow of the South, which some of you have...
I didn't realize that was what it was.
Yeah. And because essentially both the retreat, essentially the market is not in downtown Nashville. No. Okay.
It's in Franklin.
It's in Franklin, Cool Springs. You know, it's a toss up. Okay, so I'm that close to Franklin, and if you know American history, Civil War at all, the Battle of Franklin during the American Civil War was a very pivotal battle. And the novel is based on a plantation house known as Carnton Plantation.
I think it's underneath that.
Underneath what?
Nope, underneath the thing on the top.
Underneath the thing on the top.
There it is.
Yes. Follow instructions. Okay, so there's a good picture of Carnton. This is obviously the brochure. And, all right. So I love the book. Yes. And I have a good friend who we have talked. She's from the South. I'm from the North. And I didn't have any ancestors that fought in this battle. She did. Okay. So I've talked to my friend about it, who's from Memphis, a little bit. I love the book. Like I said, there are some literary licenses taken with the plot. But essentially, it was kind of a very surreal, a very surreal experience for me to pull up to the entrance to the park and the cemetery and so forth around Carnton. And we did that Thursday afternoon when we got down there. Even before we checked in, we were at the Drury Inn, which is where the retreat was. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to go on and on about this, but you can imagine reading a book that has a setting, and then all of a sudden you're there.
That's so cool.
A very, very good tour guide, and we had just a half a dozen of us in our little group. There were some school kids there. We kind of hung back and let them have some space. I was glad to see that they were like fourth graders, and that's about the age that you start learning about American history. And then Sharon and I walked out to the cemetery, and that was, again, surreal because reading the book. And it was kind of an overcast day, but... it was a good day to do that kind of thing. Yeah. I'm sure in the middle of summer with the gardens all in bloom, it looks totally different. And like I said, we got this brochure, and there's a map and, you know, all kinds of stuff.
All the things brochures have.
Yeah, all the stuffs. And so anyway, that was really wonderful. We got done with that on Thursday afternoon and decided we would just go over to the Drury Inn and get our room and kind of scope out, you know, what the retreat setup was going to be. The retreat officially didn't start until Friday afternoon, so we had a lot of time. So we got up Friday morning, and we decided that one of the fun things that we wanted to do was go actually into Nashville and to go to the store that's associated with the TV show American Pickers. And we took off in the car and set our navigation system, and we drove right up to it, and we had a real fun time. If you follow me on Facebook or on Instagram, you show some of the pictures that we took. Sharon got a souvenir T-shirt for her husband, and we went next door.
Is it like an antique mall?
It's kind of in an antique mall.
Or is it like a flea market?
No, it's.
I don't mean to say flea market like that.
It's in an area of Nashville that I think is kind of set out to attract that kind of customer.
Antiquer?
And there are lots of little shops that are like that.
Gotcha.
Nowhere until you go inside the store and there's a poster from the show showing the two guys. Would you have any idea that it's the store for the American Pickers
that's
guys?
Weird.
Yeah, it's got a totally different name, and I can't think of it right now. But anyway, we spent a little time moseying through there. And then next door in this little mall area, it's kind of like a rehabbed industrial building, if you will. And there was a Jack Daniel's distillery retail outlet where you could also sign up for things like the Bourbon Trail and everything like that. Not the Bourbon Trail, that's Kentucky. Tours of different distilleries in Tennessee. So we walked through there a little bit. I picked up this little souvenir pack of pecans. They say down south, pecans.
Pecans.
And
Can we get to eat those since you showed them now?
Yes, now we can eat them.
Yes, because one is praline flavored. Y'all know how much I like my praline.
And I got a T-shirt. I don't know why I keep buying T-shirts, but I got a T-shirt that says that on the front. Oh, that's cool. And Jack Daniels on the back. So,
to commemorate your time with Sharon. Pam.
Correct. And so that was Carton, and that was also American Pickers and Jack Daniels.
Cool.
And then we got up. Wait a minute. Yeah, and then after we left, we're still on Friday. So after we left the American Pickers, someone had suggested if you're that close, you need to also go to Carter House. Oh. And so that meant going back into Franklin, which is a suburb of Nashville. And we were so glad that we toured Carton first on Thursday and then Carter House the next day.
Oh, cool. Because
even though there's the notoriety of being featured in the novel and the cemetery, I'm not going to give away the story, but
please don't.
When we went to Carter House, and this is a picture of Carter House from the brochure. It looks small. It is relatively small, and there's a little history behind some of the changes that have occurred.
Let me see.
We signed up for the tour. It's really overcast and dreary and muddy in some places. But if you read about the Battle of Franklin.
Yeah, it says the greatest story of the Civil War.
This house was literally in the middle of that battle.
Wow.
And we thought the tour guide from Carton was good. The tour guide for Carter House was amazing.
Really?
And he said, these are retired folks, and I bet you he was a teacher, and I bet he taught American history, and I bet he was amazing. Just, can we say that we were tearing up at various points in the tour?
Yeah, see, it says Battle of Franklin Trust, the greatest story of the Civil War.
Yeah, yeah.
Very neat.
I don't want to, go on and on and on about it, but I will say this, that check my Instagram feed for the pictures. The house that's an outbuilding from Carter House is the most bullet-ridden building still standing in the United States.
No shit. That's so cool.
It was just amazing. There was a large family living in the house during the battle. Wow. And what they did while the battle was raging all around them. It is an amazing story.
That's cool.
And we were so glad that we went back to Carter House because if we had done Carter House first and then gone to Carton, our memories would be fresher from Carton, and we would have maybe pushed these memories behind. But we left with the strong impressions from Carter House.
That's cool.
I do have stitching to tell you about on this. This is a kit that they were selling in the gift shop at Carter House, and
they were also selling it at Market.
And it was featured at Market. I don't know whether it was a release, but whatever. Here's the deal. All right, you don't need to listen to me blabber. But this is the Carter House sampler, and it's been reproduced
by Cross Stitch Antiques.
Cross Stitch Antiques had it at Market. It's been kitted up, and there's R&R linen in here, along with the DMC.
Cool.
Sharon and I saw the original sampler on the wall on the left-hand side of the fireplace in the first room we were in.
And Sharon said you couldn't take pictures of it.
No.
Pictures.
No. But we have it. It says Mary Atkinson, Franklin, March 4th, 1817. That's a long time ago.
Yes.
So, guess how many were in the gift shop for purchase? Two. They have had to replenish that rack because we grabbed these up.
You guys both bought one?
Yes.
Oh, good.
We both bought one because
I wonder. Do you know what linen it is? I mean, I know it's R&R, but does it say what color?
I don't
looks
remember.
like cream red brown.
I don't remember. And all proceeds from the sale of this, and also if anybody bought it at Market, benefit the Battle of Franklin Trust.
That's cool.
Which I believe encompasses Carter House and Carton, of course.
Gotcha.
So, yes.
Neat.
Yes, stitching.
Yes, stitching.
And this was stitched by the woman of the house. And I love this because I have women who were named Polly in my family tree, in our family tree, who were named Mary, pardon me. And you would think this is a little different, but it is very, very common. The nickname for Mary during this part of this time frame
history
is Polly. And in my mother's tree, I had a Mary Newcomb, and I put Polly as her name because that's what she was called.
She was born in 1778.
And she was born in 1778. So same vintage, you see. So
and she's the first. Sorry, the mother's tree is literally right across the hall, room from us, and she's the first line. Of Pam's
she's
mother's
my
tree.
oldest ancestor that I put in my mother's tree that I stitched. Okay,
right.
So, same situation. Right. Her baptism name or whatever was Mary, but it was very, very common for Polly to be a nickname for Mary. Seems kind of weird to me, but I can vouch for the fact that it's very common.
Very cool. Very cool.
So, anyway, we went to lunch in Franklin at a place called, shoot.
I don't know.
Puckett's.
Puckett's
in downtown Franklin. Franklin had been touted to me ahead of time as a lovely little town. It is.
Oh.
Now, here's another funny stitching story that's related to this. Because back when I was reading the book, I was posting Instagram stories about reading the book. And another floss tuber, and I'm going to guess perhaps former floss tuber, because I don't think she kept up with it, but her name is Harriet Basham, and that is the title of her channel. Whether she comes back to FlossTube, I don't know. But of course, once she saw the pictures that I was posting, she said, I hope you enjoyed it. The woman of the house is her great grandmother.
That would make sense.
Do I have that right?
I think so.
Oh gosh, I hope I do. Look at my
that would make
Instagram.
sense.
Look at my Instagram feed. No, it's not that vintage.
No, I know, but I'm looking at your great grandmother.
Well, anyway,
Whatever.
Look at my Instagram feed, and you'll see Harriet's comments because she asked us if we had seen the cemetery book and the portrait of Hattie in the house, and I said, yes, we did see those things.
Of course we did.
She responded and said, those were gifts of mine to the house.
Oh, that's super cool.
Those were things that she had inherited. And she is Hattie's namesake. Hattie, Harriet.
Gotcha.
Okay? So, another FlossTube connection.
That's awesome.
And it was very, very cool. She said that she grew up in Franklin, and there are some beautiful homes in Franklin. And she said that the house that she grew up in ultimately was sold to Alison Krauss.
Really?
Because,
Strawberry wine.
Yeah. Strawberry.
Love that song.
So there you go. Of course, Nashville is a home of country music. So,
Obviously.
that didn't surprise me. Kind of neat. Somebody's whose name I recognize.
that's
Someone
very cool.
that I have listened to. So that was kind of cool.
Very cool.
Let me get to the retreat a little bit.
Yeah. Explain about how the retreat works.
Okay, so how the retreat works, and this isn't all of Katrina's retreats. This is her market retreat, okay? And there were about 20 of us. And many of us that were in attendance were scrolling through a lot of the sneak peeks that were on Facebook and Instagram from different designers. They gave those lists to Katrina, who went over for the sneak peek on Friday night.
So when she went on Friday, she did have a list of pre-orders?
I think so.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know.
I think so. But you couldn't buy Friday night, right?
Yeah, you could.
Oh, you could Friday night?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So then she brought what she could, and plus other things she thought people would like, back to the Drury Inn. And we're sitting, just stitching, just doing retreat stuff.
Right.
And laid them all out. And if there was something that you hadn't pre-ordered, you could put the name on a sheet of paper, give it back to Katrina, and she went back to Needlework Market at the Embassy Suites.
Got you.
And if she could, pick it up for you.
Gotcha.
She did the same thing for anything that she was able to bring back Sunday. Sharon and I did not stay Sunday night into Monday. The retreat went into Monday, but Sharon and I did not want to pay for another night in the hotel, basically.
Yeah.
Just money thing. So
Plus, I was coming home Sunday night.
she also had some of Leslie's fabrics, a big bin. She had some...
Leslie at Under the Sea Fabrics.
Yes. And so Steph and I were... we text maybe just a couple of times, and me asking her, there's some Under the Sea fabric here. Is there anything you want to...
We're looking for, which they're
pick up? And she said... if there's any 28 beach walk there. And I said, okay, let me look. And I said, do you have something in particular you want to stitch? And she said, no, it's just a really good neutral. Mm-hmm. So my first digging into the bin, all I saw was very small count. Like
46?
Like 40 and 46. Yeah.
No offense.
So at first I didn't see any beach walk in 28. But I did find a piece of As You Wish, which is another under the sea fabric, and it was 28 Joblin, and she said, yes, get it, because it's such a pretty blue.
It is so pretty.
I think I don't know that we have had As You Wish before.
Linen. Remember I was going to put the...
Yeah, so it's blue with a green and blue through it. So we got the 28 count Joblin in As You Wish. I bought it from Katrina.
Both of these are part of her regular line, so if you're interested in them.
Yes. And then just to stand up and walk around and so forth, I went back to the bins the second day, and lo and behold, I found a piece of 28 beach walk, and it's just really, really fun. It's tan and pale blue.
It's like the perfect neutral because... Excuse me, it looks good with like Halloween patterns and Christmas patterns and all the things in between. It's so good.
Right. So I got those
Pam.
two. I did.
Thanks,
good,
Pam.
Didn't I?
Yep.
And then these were ones that I picked up.
Yep.
Did I get this from Katrina? No.
No. That was...
But these were 2 or 3 things that I got from her. Because obviously that's why she holds the retreat, is to make some money.
Yeah.
JBW Designs has a series.
Is there a new one?
New series, 2018, called Seaside Series, and there is 5 of them. JBW. I was attracted to number 3, number 4, and number 5. So this is number 3. Because of the crab, more than anything else.
He's cute.
So this is Roman numeral 3.
They're really cute, stitched up.
And I was attracted to also the lobster. So this is number 4. And the other one in this little leaflet is a sea turtle. Mm-hmm. So that's 4. And 5, which I think is the last.
I think so.
Has
that freaking seagull. I can't.
The seagull, which I love, and he's actually got a little fish in his mouth.
I'm dying.
And the conch shell, but mostly the seagull.
Barbara's stitching that as a shop model.
Which one?
The seagull.
Oh, she is.
But she's going to do him seagull color. Not blue.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. And so I got those, and I also got a Riveras that Katrina brought over a lot of the Riverases. Is this new?
I don't think so.
I don't know, but it just hit me.
I don't think so, but...
Riveras was at market. It says 2019 there.
So then, yes, it is.
So I think this is one of their new ones. Pardon me. And this is called A New Year is Beginning. And I just like the style of the snowman leaning on the blue.
Is that a 1?
It is a number 1. I didn't even figure that out.
Because the new year is beginning on the 1st. And
I didn't even realize what it was leaning against.
That's cute, though.
And there's a red bird on a branch. And then you get the lace and the charms. I don't know what this R is.
That's a big R sticker for Riveras.
Oh, it's a sticker?
Yeah.
For the back,
it
maybe?
keeps the plastic down.
Oh, it's
just a seal.
Oh, duh.
It's okay, Pam.
All right. So, yeah. So you get the little trimmings there. And so that's what I bought from Katrina at the retreat.
Right.
And let me just tell you one more thing, or 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So
or 6 more things. It's fine.
So when we were at Stitch Away in January, Sharon had a chair that looks like a camp chair, and the thing that I loved about it, because she just looked like she was just so comfortable, was it rocks. Okay. So I asked her at Stitch Away, I said, where did you get that chair? And she said that she got it, actually they got a couple of them, at Dick's Sporting Goods. So I said, I'm going to get one. And we priced them out, and we realized that actually mine didn't cost nearly as much as hers did at the time.
Why?
But I don't know. I don't know. So we took our chairs for the retreat. And we didn't immediately take them in from our car to the hotel. But let me just tell you, once we were there and with our chairs, people were asking us all kinds of questions about these chairs.
Because they're freaking amazing.
And so we were just like, yeah, do you want to Sharon was offering,
try my chair.
Try my chair, rocking this chair, right? After a few minutes went by, a whole contingent stood up and left the hotel, left the retreat to drive to Dick's.
Oh my God.
And get chairs.
That's amazing.
I wanted to call them and tell them,
you
be
got
prepared.
some ladies on the way.
You got some ladies coming to Dick's to buy these chairs.
That is so
funny. They came in 2 or 3 different colors.
What color did you end up with? Pink?
Mine's teal.
Oh, you got the teal one. That's right.
So that was kind of funny. You don't have anything with, okay, we won't talk about that. I'll tell you later.
Okay, sounds good.
Then.
Can't wait.
Because we left early, we pack up all our stuff in our room and everything. And our room was on the 7th floor. The retreat was on the 11th floor.
I keep forgetting that the sister room was on the 11th.
And so, sometimes you have to make 2 trips. Okay, fine. And we're packing up and everything. Well, when did I first get the idea about the wagon?
Galleria.
Last September, Sharon and Steph and I were at Galleria, and Sharon had this canvas wagon.
Amazing.
It was a game changer. She said she got it at Sam's. So I said, next time you and your husband are at Sam's, pick me up one and I'll pay you.
Because we don't have a Sam's account, so we can't get it. Is that the deal?
Correct.
Okay.
So she brings it over one time, probably for a crock pot or something. And we took it to Midwest. Oh my God. It came in so handy at Midwest.
So amazing.
Because we were at that big facility and, long hallways and all that kind of stuff. So it was amazing. So I told Stephanie before we left for Nashville, I said, Sharon can bring down hers and we'll take hers.
So
and
I can take ours.
You put the one that we bought in Barbara's car. Well, it turns out they didn't really have as much need for theirs, the one that they had with them. But we, again, did. I just love this thing. So, Sam's Club, okay? It's rectangular.
Got wheels.
Canvas sides. Pull up the center. The whole thing goes together.
Like an accordion.
And so
And it can hold a bunch of crap.
Oh, I'm telling you what. So we go back up to 11 to say goodbye to everybody. This is Sunday.
And you have the freaking wagon.
Mid-morning. So
I'm going to try and find links for both the chair and the wagon and put them in the box.
So I said to Sharon, wait. So here I come back into the stitching room, pulling this wagon behind me. And I'm doing a whole Vanna thing, right? And
I wish I could.
It was so funny. We were just cracking up because it was like, and our next, I was like, the price is right.
You are ridiculous.
It was so funny. So anyway, so we offered up a couple of tips for retreat goers, not growers.
Right. So next talk about, nope. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, nope. Yes.
Nope.
Okay, so one of the people that was at the retreat is a woman that we had heard mentioned several times as someone who makes project bags. Particularly Crystal and Lisa, Stitch in the Dream, who are part of our Crockpot group.
Yep.
And Crystal will say, you know, these bags were made by Kay Kern. Okay, so it's just a name. Right?
We never
so we get into the retreat, and who is sitting directly across the table from Sharon and I is Kay. We'd never met her before. And I think she texted Sharon a couple of times.
Because I think Sharon got bags from her.
Yeah, Sharon's gotten bags from her. I had not.
She sells her bags on Stash Unloading.
Right.
Which is a Facebook group for those of you who don't know.
So here she is, and she is a delight. Let me just say. Retired RN, came up from Birmingham, Alabama, or Birmingham, as they say.
I thought she was in Tennessee.
And originally from Nolans. So
getting all sorts of Southern over here, Pam.
Yep, all sorts of Southern. So she said that she had brought some bags, and for us to come up to her room and see some. And she had made a couple for Crystal and Lisa that we wanted to pick up for them because she knew we would see them and save her the shipping, right?
Right.
So we stopped up. I think we'd gone out with her to Five Guys for lunch one day, and she said, you know, come over to my room, and she laid them all out on the bed, and oh my God. So,
like bag central.
This is one of the bags I bought from Kay Kern. Isn't this cute?
So
cute with the cork fabric on the inside.
So cute.
Isn't that cute as heck?
It looks really big, like it can hold your 11 by 11.
I don't know, but I just love the fabric.
Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful.
So that was cute. And then the other one that she had is this fabric. Is this not cute?
It's beautiful.
And this has a little accessory bag with it, and it's kind of different, and I liked it. So she made it kind of square, like this, with the flap and the snap. And
flap and the snap.
The flap and the snap. And look, so she's got a couple of, these are like side-by-side plastic pouches.
There's vinyl there, right? Yeah.
Vinyl. And then this is a zippered vinyl place. Okay, so good place for
This is a zippered vinyl place.
Anyway, I thought this was really cute how she designed it.
Yeah, it's really cute.
With the square shape. And so, obviously, you know, these are very reasonably priced. She loves doing them. She is the nicest person. And I said to somebody when we got home, I said, you just want to throw her money because she's just so nice.
Right.
So, anyway, a couple of nice treats. Didn't expect to get project bags.
I'm awfully glad you did.
But I'm awfully glad I did. So, that's that.
Excellent.
The only other thing I wanted to say was that I knew that I was pretty close to a finish. And I did finish it.
Because after last week's video,
right,
you'd spun the wheel,
right,
and it was the Mania wheel,
right,
and you'd landed on blueberry pancakes.
Yes. So this is a case.
That's what she took to retreat.
Right. So I took it, but I knew I was going to finish it.
Right.
So, bell. You hear a bell?
Well, I can easily retrieve it. Oh, but you said it like they don't know there's a bell coming.
So there you go. So so I had a small finish. And this was
small finish. Are you kidding me?
Well, I didn't have much left to do. This is a Casey Bornegorio design. I have a lot of them. I hope to live long enough to stitch them all because they're adorable. And this is blueberry pancakes.
How freaking cute is this?
And
I die.
Can't really see, but the pancakes are actually on a white platter.
You can see that? Come on.
And then below the white platter.
Oh my gosh! Show them the eyelets. Show them the eyelets.
Okay, these are eyelets right here.
freaking beautiful.
The pancake colored eyelets.
Pancake color.
Right.
Someone, all you floss dyers out there, you need to name a floss that colored pancakes. Fresh pancakes.
There you go. So now you can see the
professional.
The highlights. So, yeah. So, there you go. Happy finishes, everyone. All right. So I had a small finish, and I took something with me to start, which I will show you
in Sunday's video. Pam, those are so good.
Of course they are.
Of course they are.
It's eyelets. They're not. They're kind of automatic.
You say that
if you have a whole row.
To be clear, you also had to watch a tutorial on how to do them. So
yeah, but once I saw the tutorial, I knew what I was doing. I just forgot where to start. But once I saw where the start was supposed to be. Really okay, so that was Katrina's market retreat in Franklin.
Right.
Very nice folks. Special hello to Laura, Ruthie, our friend Marsha was there. She came down with Diane, of course Kay. We enjoyed meeting everybody.
You should probably thank Katrina too.
Yeah, thanks Katrina. It was a really good time, and we're kind of glad that we had such a wonderful trip overall. It was very memorable, very memorable.
Yeah.
But what you really want us to talk about is what all happened at actual market, and that's Stephanie.
Right.
So I'm going to sit back and listen with you guys about market.
So, okay, I had the best time of my life. Okay, so, I will not cry. So, this is my first time going, as everyone knows, and I sort of knew what to expect, but sort of didn't know what to expect, and I sort of knew who was going to be there, but then there was some surprises about who was going to be there, and once it was all said and done, it was such an amazing experience, and I feel lucky and honored that Barbara took me with her. It was a really good time for her, and I mean, Barbara and I have been close for the 2 years I've known her, but you know, it's always interesting to have that dynamic of like, Barbara and I are friends, but Barbara is also my boss. So to talk business with her and talk life with her, and you know, it was just her and I. Her husband and obviously her kids who are grown, they all stayed home. Linny wasn't with us. She was at home watching the shop. And so it was just really nice time for her and I to bond and just talk shop and really enjoy the experience. And it was really interesting because she has been going to market for 20 years, right? Since as long as she's had Keepsakes. And this was my first one. So, so she was able to help me like chill a little bit. And you know, we walk into some designer's room and they know Barbara from market for years and having trunk shows and doing this, doing that, but they maybe only know me from FlossTube, if that. And so it was just really amazing from a professional standpoint to put faces to names, to meet people, to see other FlossTubers that were there, to meet other shop owners, to just all of the things. If I wanted to sit here and talk to you about how every minute of every hour of market, we would be here for 6 hours. So my sort of plan of attack for what will probably be another hour is, as I go through my ridiculous pile of haul, I will share a story if there is one. So I do want to kind of explain a little bit how it works. So it's not like a crazy madhouse or anything like that. There is a lot of excitement and high energy, and just like out of all of the walls was just like pouring this love of cross stitch, and it was like, if I didn't love cross stitch before I went to market, I freaking love cross stitch now. So, and it just kind of like helps ignite the fire and keep the fire burning for my love of what this is. So, because I like to think that I offer a different or maybe unique-ish perspective on cross stitch, and that I'm able to share with you all, because not only do I like to stitch and share that with you, but I can share a little bit of the professional side of things because I do work for a needlework shop. So that helps. So the in-between category before I get to my stupidly large pile of haul is the gifts that I got. So a little bit of non-haul type stuff. So this is kind of funny and not exactly stitchy related, other than the fact I went there with my boss. Was Barbara is a huge antique person. Like, she goes to antique malls all the freaking time, and she always finds treasures, and it's like this lovely, wonderful thing. I've never been to an antique mall before, and I've never really had a desire to do that. I didn't think that it would be stupid or lame. It just wasn't really my jam, so I didn't go. So I was like warned before I left Cincinnati that, and Lenny was like, you know, she's going to stop at an antique mall on the way down there. And I was like, whatever. She could drive me to Dallas, and I'd be like, okay, cool. I don't care. Like, she could have driven me to Timbuktu, and I wouldn't have cared. So, so we stop at this antique mall called Bright's Antique Mall. And from the outside, it looks small. And then you go in, and it is, like, huge. So we walked around, and we were looking for things that, like, you know, you could finish cross stitch on, or things that she could use as display pieces, like to hold charts and keepsakes. And so we're looking, and long story short, I walked out of there with 4 items, and Barbara walked out with 0. So,
oh, I didn't realize Barbara didn't get anything.
She didn't get a dang thing. So the first item that I found, I found within like the first 10 minutes, and it is this antique Mountain Dew glass bottle. Yahoo! Mountain Dew. So, what I'm going to do with this is I looked up online to find what the state flower of the state of Tennessee was, which is the iris. And I am going to go to like Joann's, Michael's, whatever, and find fake irises and put them in this vintage Mountain Dew bottle and put it in my room. And it will be my token from my first Nashville Needlework Market and my trip with Barbara. So that is very exciting. And I also found this vintage tin that Barbara is making into a needle case, scissor case thing for me. And then I got Pam 2 things. One is a Christmas present, so she is not seeing it yet. And the second thing is this. So it is a vintage baked bean pot, and it says Boston baked beans.
And it was put out during the bicentennial in Boston.
How freaking cool is that?
It's 1776, 1976.
Isn't that the coolest thing you've ever seen?
And on the bottom,
oh, I didn't even know.
It says B&M. Okay.
That's
so,
cool. If
you've ever been to Portland, Maine, you know where the B&M baked bean plant is. So, that was kind of cute. It can be an orch jar. Yep. It can be any number of things.
It can be a bean crop.
So, that was kind of cute.
Yep. So, I picked that up. Okay. And then, before... So, like Pam said, her and Sharon, they left on Thursday, and they came to, Sharon came to our house. Sharon left her car here. They took Pam's car. And she gave me this cute little change purse. And I said, you know there's $1 inside. And she said that when you give people change purses or whatever, that you need to put $1 inside for prosperity. So, I thought that was very thoughtful and very cute. So, thank you, Sharon, very much. Okay. And then one of the, as you all know if you're awake, one of the vendors that was there at market was Theresa KittenStitcher on FlossTube and Shakespeare's Peddler Designer. And we obviously stopped in her room, bought a couple things, and she had a basket of needle minders, and she told me to pick one out for myself and one for Pam to bring home. So this is the needle minder that I got, this little Christmas cat. He's like ornery, but I love him. And which one did I get for you, Pam?
I got this cute little spool of thread needle minder. Just adorable. Love it.
Yep.
So thanks, Theresa.
Yes. Okay. So I'll talk about these things first. Okay. So one of the things that I didn't really think about until we were there, and again, Barbara's expertise and history of going helped this, is that, you know, another thing that we look for is gifts for people at home. So, like, Linny, we wanted to get her something special for Market because she stayed and watched the shop for us on First Friday and Saturday. So, and also because we love her. And then, so we wanted to get stuff that we could get in threes. So, one for me, one for Barbara, one for Linny. And so we found two things. This was actually a gift for making a purchase with Beth Seal of Summer House Stitchworks. And it is a floss ring that obviously says Summer House Stitchworks with their little logo, and then these little swan scissors. And says, floss tag, thank you. So that's very, very cool. And then this was actually the 25th year for our dear, dear friend Cecilia Turner over at Heart and Hand Needleworks. And she had in these little baggies, and I'm pretty sure they're pins, but everything she packages, even like packages you get in the mail with your orders, are like beautifully packaged, including these little pins, which we might have turned into needle minders. But we got one for me, one for Linny, and one for Barbara. And so to celebrate her 25th year, it says kind heart, which is very, very much Cecilia. So we brought those home. And okay, this is a funny story. So a shop owner, I'm writing it down so I remember the link, that was there, which should be no surprise if you are on the up and up, was Jen from Jen's Stitching Niche, who I know. I met her at the Midwest Cross Stitchers Retreat last October. And as one of her helpers, she brought Lisha, who is on FlossTube as the Southern Ladybug. And, you know, I got to meet Lisha and hug and all the things. I saw Jen and hug and all the things. And, you know, but we were busy. They were busy. It was whatever. So at one point, they were walking by and they saw me and Barbara in someone's room. I don't remember who it was. And Jen said, hey, do you have a second? So I stepped out of the room into the hallway for a second, and I said, yeah, what's up? And she goes, we have a present for you. And I was like, I like presents, okay. And Lisha said that I need this for every time I eat a praline. It's a freaking F-bomb. So if you watch Lisha, Southern Ladybug, you know that she does crocheting and things like that. And makes like the cutest stuff. And she made this really freaking hilarious F-bomb. So I love this. It's very, very, very well made. And like, how cute is that? So thank you, girl, so much. I so much appreciate that. Plus, it was a freaking ride to come home and show Pam. And then I got from a woman named Carol. She is Sampler Farm on Instagram. Her name is Carol Sims. And she sent me a message before we left for Nashville. And she said, hey, I have a present for you. I will be helping Kathy Barrick. So when you come in Kathy's room, just if I'm not there, ask for me, and I'll bring it with me. And I said, okay. So first it came in this project bag, which is a present in and of itself. That's your present. So she had some charts for me. So we both, Pam and I, got a Kathy Barrick chart. One that was on my list, it's not a new release, I'm sure you all have seen this somewhere, is Peace on Earth, obviously by Kathy Barrick. I love this so much. And what did you get from Carol, Pam?
Well, I got something that I just, of course, fell in love with. And if anybody were to say that there was a most talked about new release at Nashville Market, there probably are a few. I'm not saying that this is the one, but I just knew immediately I needed this in my life. It's called the Ocean Blue Stocking. And if you watched any of Fiber Talk videos, you saw Gary talking about this and showing it off. It is amazing.
It's so cool.
I saw the model and heard Gary noting the addition of the pearls leaking out of the treasure chest.
Oh, that's so cool. I didn't even notice that.
That was a finisher's added touch.
Very cool.
So fun. Love the vertical whale.
Going for the ship.
Love him coming up underneath this ship. I just love everything about this.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a stocking person. I did the kids' ones when they were kids, and they're very 80s. But I can see putting this on the wall as a wall hanging.
Absolutely.
Definitely. It is absolutely, sorry for the glare.
Yeah.
This is stunning.
There
was another one that was on display.
I got it.
But this
and
says
it's beautiful.
This says me, does it not?
Totally.
The Ocean Blue Stocking.
Is it just alphabet up here?
Yeah. Yes, okay, alphabet, and then there's a date, which I think you
can change.
Can change possibly. There are birds, lots and lots of fishes.
That's cool.
Octopi, a mermaid, way down. Yeah, here. And the treasure chest with the pearls coming out of it. Oh my heavens. Oh my heavens.
So cute.
Yes. So if you plan to do any kind of traditional Stitch Mania coming up, we will be, and I have some empty slots to fill. And
are you going to do that?
I think it would be fun to maybe fill a couple slots with some new stuff.
Yeah.
Don't you agree?
I totally agree. Here.
So, thank you, Kathy Barrick.
Thank you, Carol.
Wow.
Okay, and then these were the creme de la creme gifts from Carol. So, this is for my own personal collection.
No, wait. Okay.
What?
I sort of had a question. The Carol person, is she affiliated with Kathy Barrick?
She's just gone to market with her for like 20 years.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just a little bit unclear.
So, I have my very own copy of Loose Feathers Summer by Blackbird Designs. I also have my very own copy of Autumn Loose Feathers by Blackbird Designs. So, these are mine. So, Abby, I'll just go ahead and send yours back home to you. Don't rush on Merry Christmas, Elevon. It's not a big deal. I'm not worried about it. Because I will eventually need winter because I don't have winter. So, I died when I opened the bag. I was like, are you serious? And she was like, absolutely. Okay, thanks. So, I'm so lucky and honored that I got to keep them and have them in my collection. No, I'm not going to be selling them or giving them away when I'm done stitching them. They will be forever in my collection. So, thank you, Carol. And then I had so many wonderful things that happened this weekend, so many highlights, and wonderful people that I met. But one of my favorite things that happened this weekend is that I finally got to meet in person one of my closest friends, Vicky from Stitch and Button, here on FlossTube and on Instagram, and it was like someone that you talk, like we literally talk every day, just the same way me and Linda Jo do, and we even there's 4 of us that have a video chat group. It's like a thing. And so when you talk to them, like, all the time, and then you meet them in real life, you're like, and it's like just the weirdest thing, which I'm sure that you all know if you've ever had that happen to you. But anyway, so it was just amazing and wonderful and all the things. And, I just love you so much, Vicky. I just love you so much. So, she was there helping out Elizabeth from Dames of the Needle. So we stopped in her room, almost one of the first things we did when we got back to the show, on Friday. And so Pam and I had picked out a bunch of fabric for project bags. I had originally sent them to Linda Jo. Linda Jo forgot about my bags. I'm kidding. She didn't forget about them. But she is busy and has a ton of stuff to do. And I was like, you ever gonna make me them bags? Ever? Here's one. And, because I need another project bag. Like, I need a freaking hole in the head. But that's fine. And so there was just this big box sitting in Linda Jo's house. And finally, Vicky was like, just send me the fabric. I'll make the bags and give them to her in Nashville. So that's what happened. So, we got to get our bags. So, these are the 3 that she made for me. So, this one, there was enough fabric to make an accessory pouch as well. And each bag, she makes a zipper pull with it. I tucked some of them in there because I didn't want my cats to go banana pants over them. Oh, please. Okay. So this one's got a little sunflower on it. And, we sent her the fabric and the coordinating fabric. I love it. And inside of this bag, she was a little smartass and gave me 2 packages of ridiculously glittery, sparkly, ridiculous
barrettes.
Thank you. Words are hard. Touching my hair in my videos. But, so maybe I'll wear one of these crazy ones on Sunday. We'll see. And so this is the second bag. So that's the inside fabric. And then the little butterfly wing and scissor finder or fob or whatever. And then this cool purpley orange triangle fabric. And the last 2 are kind of Christmassy winter ones. So I'm a sucker for a good polka, plus red and black are my favorite colors. And then she found this little ruby. Come on. Oh, it doesn't matter. You know what it is. Now it's just going to make me mad. Hold, please. There it is. And then this is the fabric. Oh! Are you dead? Look at that. And then this is the last one. So, a nice gray chevron. And this is a little fishy. Because that's what the back looks like. With the freaking walruses and the fish wearing earbuds. Show your bags, Pam.
So these were fabrics that we picked out that went from Ohio to Oregon to Florida to Tennessee.
And back to Ohio.
And back to Ohio. But isn't this pretty?
Yeah.
Kind of water droplets.
You could put your Kathy Barrick stocking in that bag.
There you
Pam.
go. And coordinating on the inside, vinyl on the front. And it's got a cute little starfish zipper pull. And this one came with enough for her to make a accessory bag, but boom, of course. And the coordinating baseballs on the inside. I think I actually had that baseball fabric from Joann's Forever and ordered the Red Sox fabric online.
Yep.
Yeah. And then the little zipper pull is...
See, they're hard to show.
But it's a baseball, people. It's a baseball.
It is.
It really is. Yeah. And then a coordinating...
Pam.
It's alive. Quit
throwing.
Holy moly. It must be...
We'll be here when you get it together.
All right. Sorry. But there's a nice little coordinating...
So freaking cute.
So, we're happy that they meandered around the country and ended up back...
Made their way back to us.
At our house. And
it's
thank you, Vicky. I got to meet her too, and our thoughts are with you.
Yes.
And so that was fun.
Okay. So, if you are one of those people out there that do not like haul, I'm going to just suggest that you stop the video now.
Yeah. Because it's going to be all about haul now.
Yes. So, also, if you're one of those people who like haul, I suggest you pause the video and go get yourself a piece of paper and a pen in case you see something that you want to purchase.
Right.
So, this is my bag of haul. So this is the bag that we got our stuff in from Cecilia at Heart and Hand. And then each bag had like this freaking adorable thing. I don't know, but tassel. Tassel. I said tassel.
Okay.
Okay, so sorry about the crinkle. But
can you take everything else and...
That's what I was going to do.
Okay. All of a sudden we're getting...
The bright light, I know.
I know.
I'm going to fix it, don't worry.
Okay. I feel like I'm getting a sunburn.
Pam, calm down. That way I can just put it back in the bag as I show it.
Okay.
That's my plan at least.
Okay.
Okay. Ah! My haul is falling. Okay.
Are you going to fix the light?
Are you going to hush? Okay.
Much. Is that good? Is that good?
Is that good for you? Because it's good for me. Okay. So I'm just going to go. You guys ready? Okay. I got a lot of stuff, people. I got a lot of stuff. All right. So, and as I go, if there is like a story that goes with the designer or whatever, then I will tell you that story. So, so we went into one of the Glendon Place is the first one. So, her models are stupid amazing. Like, we all know Glendon Place, their stuff is huge and beautiful and all the things. And we see pictures on patterns, but until you see them in real life, you really, like, you don't know. And so it was amazing to see all the stuff. This was one of her new releases from her Vintage Nursery Rhyme collection, and this is number 5, Humpty Dumpty.
Oh, it's too bright.
There we go. Okay. There we go. So it says, Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. And that is actually stitched on 28 count Nessie, which is one of Picture This Plus's newest colors. So, Glendon Place, Humpty Dumpty. I know it's going to be weird, but that's fine. Okay. Ugh. Hey, this monstrosity. Hold on. There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Okay. So, this ridiculous monstrosity. Yes, I know it's a large project, but I'm going to freaking stitch it. This was released from Heart's Ease Exemplar Works, and it was actually originally released in 2014 to the Queen City Sampler Guild.
Right. Which is in Cincinnati.
Correct. But I'm not part of the guild, and so I never thought that I'd be able to get this chart. We saw it at market, and we bought one. So, I know it's ridiculously large and crazy detail, but I'm so freaking pumped for this. I just have a lot of hometown pride, so I'm very excited. Like, look at these riverboats at the bottom. So, it's just really cool. Like, that house, oh my god, I can't. And that says up at the top, Mrs. Wozencraft's Needle Arts Academy, established 1811. And then another building is the Cincinnati Female Institution, established 1810, and the Young Ladies Seminary, established 1820. So, and then it says, like, up here, it says, like, Queen City, and it's just really freaking cool, people. Just trust me. And seeing it in person was amazing, too. So, I got one of those. And, okay. Going into, so for those of you that don't really know what it looks like or how it works, is that basically, so it's in an Embassy Suites. So an Embassy Suites is basically like, I call it like a hollowed out hotel, but, and so the rooms are all in a big circle as opposed to up and down a hallway. So, but when you go into a room, it's like you're stepping into the world of designer blank. So you go into Glendon Place's room and it's the world of Glendon Place, right? So it's like and every room is that way. So it's just amazing. And so, there was a few rooms that I was very, very impressed with. And one of those rooms was Shepherd's Bush. And just because, like, it was just all, like, cute and pastel-y and cheap, and it was precious. And the girls were so sweet, and it was just really amazing. And so I got one of their new releases, which is called Stitching Notes. And that's what this looks like. So, as you know, I like backstitch and all the things, so I'm very excited about this. And, oh, it says this is part of a series of, quote, notes, patterns, look for others at your favorite needlework shop. So, very, very, very cute. And, like, even the bag of merchandise that we got from them was, like, your standard plastic bag, but then it had, like, this really cute pastel-y ribbon that tied it together with a freaking cute pastel-y heart that said, thanks, love Shepherd's Bush. It was so cute. So cute. Okay. Amy Brukin is next. So, her room was amazing. Her models are really, really cute. And she's a freaking sweetheart. So, one thing that was really cool was to meet these designers and then see how so much so their personality matches their designs. And Amy Brukin is no exception. And so I got one of her, these are a new release, is called A Stitch a Day. It says a stitch a day keeps the crazy away. So how freaking cute is that? I think I'm going to do it like in this pillowy type situation here. So, very cute. That'll take me all 3 hot seconds to stitch. And she also was selling, I know this is going to look weird, but I know it's backwards to you. And it should be because this is a window decal. So, I got it for my car, but I can't put it on my car because I had to show you guys it first. Oh, so, yeah. See? And it says a stitch a day keeps the crazy away. So, that's exciting. Okay. This is not a new release. Well, one of them is. From Needlework Press. So, Barbara kept saying all weekend, she was like, you have the most eclectic taste of anyone I've ever met, ever. So I get something from Amy Brukin that says a stitch a day keeps the crazy away. And then I get something like this from Needlework Press. So, I got this because this is, as you can see, a Bangor, Maine reproduction. And it is from Needlework Press. It's called Maria Davis, 1823, a Bangor, Maine reproduction. And then at the bottom it says, live in peace with all men. And so this is the original, and this is the reproduction. I love it. I like words, so why would I not stitch more samplers? I don't know. And also, just because they had it in their room, I also picked the Diligent Sampler. In all things, be exceedingly diligent. Which I know that if you watch FlossTube, you've seen this being stitched. So, that's beautiful. Okay. A pair of designers who I was just beside myself in awe and, like, honor that I was within, like, touching space was Barb and Alma from Blackbird Designs. Again, they had a room where you walked in and you knew that you were in Blackbird Designs' room. But that's kind of no surprise. They've been at this a while. It's old hat for them, right? And so both Barb and Alma are very sweet ladies. They kind of give us a little spiel of all of their new designs. And they have 3 new books that came out at market. I, for myself, got one. And their books just smell amazing. Like they smell like a Blackbird book. And so this is called Ooh La La, Samplers and Projects with a French Flair. So this is the book here. And it's not even on the cover. The project that I fell in love with that made me really, really, really want the book is this one down here. This is obviously the old one. But a touch of French flair is the perfect accent for sweet cross-stitch projects. So, I'll find the picture of it in here. I think it was in the front. Oh, it just smells so good. Hold please. Oh yeah, it's on this page. So this is Le Poulet.
Yep.
Yeah?
I think that means chicken. Is there a chicken on there?
There's no...
Yep, there's the chicken.
There he is. A French reproduction. Look how freaking beautiful that is. I know it's just a pincushion, but it's freaking beautiful. What is the floss they use? That red. Country Redwood. General Arts. That makes sense. And then there's a little chicken. Right there. Look at that. So, there's a couple other in here that I will probably stitch as well. But look how cool this old one is. Isn't that neat? I think that's neat. And then this is the back of it. And there's the chicken again. So that's Ooh La La.
Do you stitch both on the front and the back?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yes. Okay. Next. One of my... It was... everyone was amazing to meet. I don't want to sound like a broken record. But finally I got to meet in person, in real life, was Kathy Haberman, technically, from Hands On Design. So she was a sweetheart. We all know this. We watch her videos, right? But seeing her stuff in person was amazing. And, you know, her model stitchers are wonderful. And she is a super sweetheart and such a professional, without question. You can tell that cross-stitch designing and FlossTube and all the things is her life's work, and she's super passionate about it, and it is a beautiful thing. So I got kind of a lot from her. Shocker. So this is more chocolate bunnies. And it is actually called for to be done in sulky threads. So these are sulky threads here. This is the pack that goes for more chocolate bunnies, as you can tell. And they are 12 weight cotton petite threads. So I'm actually going to be stitching this as a shop model for Keepsakes. And I'm going to use the sulky, obviously. And so it's one strand of sulky equals 2 strands of DMC. So I'm excited to see. I've never stitched with these. We had a trunk show from sulky at Stitch Away this last year, so I'm excited to see how it works. And I'm going to stitch mine on 32 count creek bed brown from R&R. And I just like their bunny butts. I just think their bunny butts are so freaking cute. So cute. So, I'm excited about this. That is going to be... My cats are being stupid. Okay. And also from Hands On Design, like, you know me, you knew about this. This is the Meow Block Party. And this picture isn't misleading people. This freaking block party is like this big. It's like the size of my head. But it's so freaking cute. And you can see down there, that's what it looks like all stitched up. And then obviously it's like wrapped around it. And then you get the felt, and I've got the pins as well for mine. Look at that freaking fishbowl. Stop it. So cute. Okay. I might have more from Hands On Design here. I'm not sure. Tiny Modernist. She was so sweet. Very Canadian. And I loved her. This is a new stitch along from her. It's not all released yet. But it is called The Words to Live By. And it's a 13-part series. So this is the middle of the chart. It says, follow your dreams. You all know how much I like inspirational quotes. So this is what it's going to look like when it's obviously not all said and done. But so this chart is the middle. And then there's these charts that go around it, right? So she had parts 2 and 3 there as well. So this one, part 2 says, when it rains, look for rainbows. When it's dark, look for stars. And then part 3 says, nothing worth having comes easily. And I think that I'm going to stitch it on Onyx from Pictures. Is that what that color's called? The one I did Sagittarius on by Pictures Plus.
I can't remember.
Not straight black beta. Okay, back to Hands On Design. So, like, obviously, I was going to buy these. And I'm going to stitch all of them. Linny is actually going to do the shop models, but... Oh, that's cool. They're sentence. Sorry. This is the Scary Apothecary from Hands On Design. So this is Bitter Brew for a Foul Scowl. What I was just noting is these are all satin stitches inside of these. That's really cool. And the whole series was available for us to look at Market. And this is Broomstick Fuel. Vroom. And then Bat Balm. Zing for your wing. How freaking funny is that? So cute. Adorable. Okay. It was so awesome to finally meet Valerie from Val's Stuff. She had so much stuff this year. And as funny as it sounds, what I liked was that she really gave you, like, when we say sneak peek, like just a sneak peek, like literally the corner of a pattern. And so there were 2 that I got from her, and this was all I saw when I saw the sneak peek, but this is what it looks like. And it's called Fright Night. that freaking bat. I can't with that bat. Stop it. So I'm really pumped about that. So cute. And then this is her other one. You're freaking me out. Look at those green eyeballs on that cat. Isn't that cute? And that is on Prank from Picture This Plus. Okay, next. Well, you guys know that I met and saw and talked to Theresa of KittenStitcher, and her assistant this year was Susie Reno. I love you, Susie. She's so cute and tiny, and I just picked her up and twirled her around because I can do that. And so this, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is, Theresa, is this your new release? It's Jenny Bean and Friends, and it says, "Tell me, ye knowing and discerning few, where I may find a friend both firm and true." And the model is beautiful. And what I really liked about this is that there's one for me, one for Linda Jo, one for Vicky, and one for Gina. So it's really cute. I love it a lot. So I was happy to get that, and really happy to see Theresa and Susie again. Because I won't see Susie again until I don't know when. That's okay. Whatever, Susie. And from Rovaris, I got, I don't know if it necessarily has a name. Oh yeah, Salem 1692. So these are all of the Witches of Salem. And the model was really, really beautiful too. I mean, that's, again, broken record. We all know that seeing the models really helps. And one thing that was really interesting too was that, like, we all know that the pictures on patterns never do the stitch piece justice. That's just a fact we all know to be true. But the thing is that when we take a pattern back, we have to hope and pray, really, that our customers will trust us, that, like, even if a picture doesn't necessarily, like, do anything for you, we promise the model is beautiful. Like, you know what I mean? So, so that was really cool to be like, don't worry, they'll trust us. Don't worry, they'll trust us. So that was pretty cool. This actually I got from Yarn Tree, because some of the distributors had booths too. And so Yarn Tree was one of them. And this is from a designer I've never heard of before, called the Witchy Stitchy Rabbit. And this is called the Old Curiosity Shop.
Did you see the model of that?
I did.
Because that does not attract me on that picture.
I did see the model. And it's really, really cute.
Okay.
I promise.
Okay.
I mean, look at that freaking mouse. Stop it. It's cute. It's really cute. Yeah, I promise it's really cute. What do you care? I'm the one stitching it, weirdo. Okay. So, one of the first people I met, and one of the delights of the weekend, was meeting Theresa Kogut. She is such a freaking sweetheart. I can't even handle it. Like, and Barbara and I got lucky because when we went in her room, she was not totally swamped with people. But so we could stop and chat with her for a little bit. And that was really awesome. And she's so sweet. And I mean, there was no one there that was mean. Let's just put it that way. But so meeting her was very, very cool. And so I got 4 things from Theresa Kogut. This one I don't think is a new release, but it's called Dance Party. Look at those freaking pumpkins. Look at their freaking PJs. More than anything else. Okay, and then these other 3 are were 3 of her new releases. So this is Welcome Spring Bunny. I just really like that cute, fat, chubby bunny. And this is called Witchy Poo. Look at her. I will eventually do this as a shop model as well, but not till the fall. And then this one is All Saint Nick. I mean, that's a lot of red, but I don't care because it's cute. Isn't it? Right. And, okay. I got to see, again, I had met at Galleria Diane Grick of Silver Creek Samplers, and she had some awesome new releases at market this year, and she was so nice, so sweet, all the things, and I got her Autumn Harvest. Again, the picture doesn't really do it justice. And she told me that I will tell all of you that she is going to have a series of these sort of bucket finishes, if you will. And so she had the winter one not finished as a bucket yet. And it's super cute too. So Autumn Harvest, Silver Creek Samplers. Okay, next, we got to meet, for her very first market debut, Janine McGowan from Blue Flower Stitching. Her models were just crazy beautiful. And from what I understand, she had an extremely successful weekend, which is really exciting for new designers. There were quite a few new designers and quite a few designers who were there hoping to go next year. So that was really cool too. So from her, which I don't think that this is new, but I had to buy it from her anyway. And it's from her Life with Cats collection. And this says Best Bed. And it says, "Why are you surprised?" And that is my cats. So that's freaking cute. Unfortunately, by the time we got to her room, all of her autumn squirrel, I think it is. No. I think it might be a spring squirrel. Whichever squirrel's wearing pants, she was out of. When that comes in, I will bring it home. Don't worry. From Nikki's Creations, I got Halloween Girl. Not a new release, but very, very, very cute. And we have some cool Weeks Dye Works gingham fabrics that I will probably choose something to put her on. And I'm almost to the end. That's not really taking me that long. Okay, good. A room that particularly was like the world of was Stacey Nash. And she is beautiful, and she just had the cutest little like prim room, and it was all just so freaking cute. I can't believe I'm saying that prim is cute. Who am I? But it was prim and it was cute. And this is not a new release, however, it's freaking cute, and I saw it stitched up, and because I saw it stitched up, I bought the chart. So this is from her Animal Cracker series, and it's Primrose. Look at that freaking bunny. Look at him, people. She's so cute. And I just like how she says, "I offer early primitive patterns, stitcheries wrought by my hand, finished goodie sewing, nude, blah, blah, blah. Each piece is created by me with loving stitches as a reminder of earlier, simpler times." And I think that's legit. And then new from her Animal Cracker series, this is Jenny, the chicken. Look at her little legs. Yeah. I love her. And then it's a needle book that's next to it. So this is how it looks on the back. How precious is that? I love that. Hi, Jenny. Okay. Next is, I got two things from Cecilia at Heart and Hand. And the first one I got is Spring Whirligig. I don't know why putting long legs on an animal makes it freaking cute, but it does. I told her, I said, who knew that putting long legs on an animal would make it the freaking cutest thing you'd ever see in your life ever. But it does, clearly. And then, also from Cecilia, like, do I need another monthly series? No. But because they keep continuing to be the freaking cutest things on the planet, I'm never going to forget what month it is. And so this is her new one. The part 1 is the only one that's out right now. And this is Square Dance. And, I mean, they're all really cute. We got to see all of them at Market. I can't wait for them. But the March one is really cute with the birdies on it. I really, really, really like that. I mean, they're all cute. And then this is a sneak peek. This is what April's going to look like. Look at those carrots. So cute. Okay. So, no, Diane Williams was not at Market. But she, Hoffman was distributing their new stuff. And by there, I mean new stuff from Little House Needleworks. Excuse me, and Classic Colorworks. So, I knew I wanted the new colors, and I knew that I wanted the chart that they were in with. And so, this is the new release from Little House Needleworks, Home of a Needleworker Squared. So, I have not done any of the Home of a Needleworker patterns, and I'm going to be doing the shop model for this, and the fabric I'm going to use is, shocker, 28 count mushroom Lugana. And then 3 of the new, the 3 new Classic Colorworks colors are in this chart, and I will talk more about them when I start stitching this, which will probably be soon. So, okay, I got 2 of the new releases from Brenda Gervais, which was an honor and privilege to meet her too. She is very, very sweet, and her stuff is so cute and very cute stitched up, but we all know that. Her photography is like top notch. So I got Holiday Hoopla Easter, which is super freaking cute, and I can't wait to see what she does with the rest of the holidays. And then I saw this as a sneak peek, and I fell over dead. Stop it with that freaking bunny. Stop it with that bunny. I can't. It's so freaking cute. Like, if you don't think that's cute, go away. Just kidding, you don't have to go away if you don't think it's cute, but... Okay. So, the last 3 items are from 3 designers who I have stories for. Okay, wait, I'll show you these things first. So, they not only do they have, like, pattern people there, and fabric people there, and thread people there, but they also have accessory people there. And one of those people is Puntini Pins, which is handmade buttons, pins, and more, and they are from Italy, I think. Mm-hmm. Europe, yeah, okay. And she makes all these handmade freaking cute pins and buttons and more. And so I got this pin set because I had to, and because of what it says, and I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but pizza. I mean, you get 25 points for pizza. Aren't they cute? And what was really cool was that she had kind of little baskets, if you will, of just loose Scrabble tiles. They weren't actual real Scrabble tiles. They were handmade, like the tops of these buttons, or tops of these pins are. But you could sift through them so you could create your own words. And we were like, oh, well, we'll pull out the letters for Keepsakes. And she gave them to us on the house if they were our shop name. So that was really, really cool. And then another accessory I got, you know, because I'm short on needle minders, was from Accoutrement Designs. And we had a trunk show of them at Stitch Away. We sat and talked to the girls in Accoutrement for a good while, and they were really sweet. And this doesn't have a name on it, but cats. Yes, I know, I don't knit, I don't crochet, leave me alone. It's cute. Okay? Okay. So, my last 3 items have stories. Okay, so the first one. So I would like to hope to think that I'm the best Stephanie in the world. I mean, if you're out there and your name is Stephanie, like, good for you, but I might be biased. However, I think at Market I met my match. I have loved Stephanie Webb for a very long time. I've watched her FlossTube videos for a very long time. And I have been excited to meet her for a very long time. She is A, Stephanie, B, a cat lady, and C, just an amazing human. And I got to see her once on Friday night and then again on Sunday, and she is a delight. From what I understand, she had an extremely successful first market. I know that she was so excited to go, and so much well-deserved congratulations to her, because she was out of a lot of stuff when I got to her back to her room on Sunday. So, yeah, I'm over the moon that I got to meet her. So one of the patterns that I got, and I'm going to be stitching the shop model for, is change in latitude. No, this is not a new release, but whatever. A change in latitude would change my attitude. So, and it's all in DMC, and I'm really freaking pumped about it. So, Stephanie, it was an honor and privilege to meet you. I hope that it is not too long before I see you again. It's only 4 hours to Keepsakes. Make it freaking happen. Okay? And then the next story is of meeting, finally, Beth Twist from Heartstring Samplery. So we went in her room and she knew who Barbara was and all the things. And then we're just talking and chatting. And then she just looks at me like this and she was like, "You're Joe's friend." And I was like, "I am Linda Joe's friend." Thanks, Linda Joe. But so it was really, really, she was like, "Oh my God, I didn't realize who you were." Oh my God. And so she was, again, I do sound like a broken record, but she was very sweet. Her room was amazing. Like, it was super Heartstring Samplery land, and which would make sense. But she was like, also, fun fact, she's very tall. And her videos are very misleading. Just saying. But from Beth at Heartstring, I got the Stitch or Die pin cushion. And Barbara said, "Oh yeah, that's basically made for you." I said, "I know, because there's a freaking cat on it and it says Stitch or Die." So, Beth, loved meeting you so much. And lastly was probably one of my top favorite stories from this weekend at Market. So I think I mentioned in a video once or twice before we went to Nashville that I was like lightweight worried or concerned that I was going to fangirl people too much. I'm happy to report that I did not drool on anyone. I did not fall over dead. I did not faint. And I did not embarrass myself. So, I mean, I think I might go back next year. Just saying. And however, so on the 5th floor, it was like, everyone that was at Market was an all-star, let's be clear. But it was like big name after big name after big name after big name. So it was like Blackbird, With Thy Needle and Thread, Heartstring Samplery, just one right after the other. And I was like, I can't take it. I'm going to freaking have an asthma attack. All these big people. And I'm like, okay, right? Because I get out in the hallway and I would look at Barbara like, I just met that twist. And she's like, chill. I'm like, but it's that twist. And she's like, chill. So, okay. Paulette Stewart, Plum Street Samplers. First of all, I've watched her videos. She's amazing. Her designs are freaking cute. These are facts we just know to be true, right? Okay. So I walk into Beth Twist's room. I got Beth Twist on the brain. I walk into Paulette's room, and there was like nobody in there, just at that particular moment. And she walks over and she's like, "Hi, how are you? You know, this is so sweet because I'm so cute because I'm Paulette Stewart." And I'm like dying inside because Paulette Stewart is right in front of my face. And she like looks at me and like she looked down because she was reading my name tag, and she was like, "Have I met you at a show before?" And I was like, "No, but you probably have seen me on FlossTube." And she was like, "You're Steph from Just Keep Stitching." And I was like, "Mm-hmm." And she was like, "Oh my God." And then Paulette Stewart fangirled me. And then I died and went to heaven. And then when we left her room, we went out in the hallway, and I was like, "Did you see that?" And Barbara went, "Mm-hmm." And I was like, I just won Market. So anyway, Paulette, it was a joy. You are a dear. And I bought her a yellow polka dot bikini. Because I don't know if you can tell, but that's a baby wiener dog in a bikini. So cute. So cute. Do I have wiener dogs? No. Do I have all the patterns in this series? Yes. My pile is now empty. So in closing about Market, if you read my post on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, you know how I feel about Market. It was a joy and an honor and a privilege to meet every single person that I came in contact with, whether you were a designer or a shop owner or somebody random on an elevator. It was amazing. So I don't want to leave anybody out that I met that I haven't mentioned already because I bought their patterns. And so I don't want to offend, so I'm not going to try and list all the wonderful people I met because I will leave someone out because I'm dumb. But if I saw you in Nashville, if you said hi to me, it was an honor. And thank you so much for saying hi to me. I was busy and crazy and sleep deprived, and I would do it again next weekend if I could. So yeah, Market was everything and more that I thought it was going to be. So, and I'm so happy that I get to come home. And I think that when I got home, so Pam and Sharon got home before we did.
Just by a couple of hours.
Right. Well, yeah. But I think I got home at like 8:15 Sunday night. So yeah, that's why there was no visit video on Sunday night. And I think I literally just straight talked for about an hour and a half. And then I was like, "You want to get dinner?" Like, all of the stories, all the things. So,
and then you guys went in and set up the shop.
Yep, at 8 a.m.
8 a.m. on Monday morning. Mm-hmm. Because that's what Barbara does. We're here. We got the stuffs. Come get it.
Come get it. So, if you happen to stop into Keepsakes, and there's something that you're looking for that we don't have, we are totally able to reorder it for you. So, that was something
I have a bag of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Are you going to show your stuff?
But let's wait. We're up almost to 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
So I'll show you. No, it's fine. Totally fine. What I got from the stuff that Barbara and Stephanie brought home to Keepsakes. I'll show that in Sunday's video.
I'm sorry. I feel bad.
No, it's perfectly fine. No. Okay. Yeah. We'll save that for what struck my...
Part 2.
Yeah, struck my fancy from what they brought home.
Yeah. And so the last thing that I want to say is that just continue to be patient with your LNS, ONS, whoever you are getting your Market stuff from. About 95% of the things that shop owners brought home from Market will be available. So if you go into your needlework shop or you go online to your needlework shop and they say out of stock, don't freak out, okay? There are more copies coming. So I know that there were a ton, clearly, of beautiful designs that were released last weekend, and I know that you want to get your hands on them. So just be patient with your needlework shop people, me yourself included.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna go.
Yeah, we're going now. It's been almost 2 hours straight.
Yes, but we're gonna put pictures at the end,
right?
Of basically what they are is pictures of me with designers. Basically,
right.
Is what it is.
Yeah.
And with Barbara,
right?
So she can see them.
So it's Wednesday. In 2 days is our next Crockpot Friday. It looks like we're gonna have the whole Whistle Stop 10 around my table.
I can't wait.
And we're so excited about that.
Yeah.
Because they're all gonna want to hear the stories, and
they're gonna hear them.
And they're gonna hear them, and they're gonna hear some of mine, and we're gonna laugh, and we're gonna drink margaritas, and we're gonna have a blast.
Ole, it's taco night.
Lots of that, and we'll be back on Sunday. Our regular routine will start back up.
Yep.
So we're going to add the pictures. Stay tuned for the pictures.
Yeah.
And in the meantime,
thanks for putting up with all.
Yeah, sorry for the delay, and sorry for
things.
sorry for the delay. Generally, we're not going to apologize for the long video, but we will apologize for being a little bit behind schedule. But
thanks for letting me take a nap.
Yeah, she really needed it. Her mother says she needed to just. Yeah. So anyway, we'll see you Sunday.
Yeah, we will.
With all kinds of good stuff. And that's going to wrap it up. We're at almost 2 hours. Holy cow, a little bit more. I'm Pam.
And I'm Stephanie.
And this is
Just Keep Stitching. Bye.